Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation. So again, thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click that link below and send a donation. All right, so this one says, I want to respond to the last video you titled for me, Your Experience with Women Will Be Different. In that video, I was talking about the dude at Starbucks who was being social to the girls working there. And in a nutshell, you told me not to focus on him and other people and do my thing. You basically mentioned in the video that looking at others is a waste of time. I hear you and I agree with your points, but here is what I need you to understand and what my real issue is. My issue is I am not a social person. I normally don't talk to people in general unless they approach me first or there is a valid reason to talk to them, like at work, or maybe it's a business transaction. For some reason, I've always been like that, and I just kind of got used to being like that. I was extremely shy in high school and was that small kid that was intimidated by everybody. Now I'm not shy anymore. I grew out of that because I'm a grown man now, and I'm not scared of anyone, but being a social butterfly is not who I am. Now I know I'm saying a lot to you now, but that's because there's a reason for it. So there are times I come out of that space. Let me give you an example. If I walk into a spot over and over again and see the same girls over and over again, I probably won't go up to them and be social to them and just say, hello, what's going on? I'm not an asshole or anything. I just don't do it for whatever reason, and I've gotten used to not doing it. I think I can do it if I tried, and I have done it in some points in my life, but deep down in my heart, I don't think I want to socialize with women, and here is why I don't. I feel it's if I see a hot girl that I want, my logic is this. If I go up and socialize with this girl or girls, how and why would that social interaction lead to a phone number, date, making out, and eventually sex? In other words, my entire goal when with women is just to get shit popping as quickly as humanly possible. Now I do want to talk to them. Now I do want to talk to them and get to know them. I'm not saying I want to smash before I know the girl's name, but I just feel like going up to this girl and socializing will end up in empty promises and rejection. That's why I've conditioned myself not to do it, because I don't feel there will be a payoff. Listen, what I'm basically trying to say is this. For me to enjoy going up and socializing and talking to girls, I have to feel with certainty that there will be a payoff for me. And again, going back to the Starbucks example and other examples where I'm peeping game and looking at others, I'm just seeing too many dudes socializing and talking to girls and walking away with no return on investment. More time than not, nothing happens. It's really that simple. What should I do to make this better for me? Is socializing with women part of the game? Do I need to socialize with women in order to spit game and get them? If yes, how do I start learning to socialize with them, because I haven't practiced in a long time and I'm very rusty? Or is there another method I should be implementing that is more direct, where I can completely eliminate or reduce socializing? This is really my main issue here. Please provide feedback. All right. So if you guys have been listening to, the videos in the last couple of days, so this guy who just sent this email, this is like maybe the third email he sent me. And basically, he's been talking about, he's checking out and peeping other guys trying to talk to girls and, seeing how they do before he goes and does something. And he's basically saying that, he's seeing certain guys talk to girls, but then they probably won't get a number, or he's assuming things aren't going to happen or whatever it is. Right. And now in this email, you're basically, saying that you're waiting around for someone to approach you before you go up and talk to somebody, or you don't really want to go talk to a girl unless it's, a certainty or a guarantee that this girl or these girls are going to give you the number or something's going to happen, right? And so you're wondering, like, do you need to actually socialize with women? Do you need to spit game? Do you need to do all these things? Or is there some, way that you can not have to do this and still get the girls and all this other stuff? See, what you have to understand is this, and I've been saying this a million times over, all these different videos and all this other stuff, right? Is that when you're out here trying to make something happen with women, you got to put in work, man. You understand? You have to put in some work. See, if you were saying that you don't really like to approach people or talk to people unless they come up to you first, right? And I'm assuming right now, just off of the stuff you were writing and everything like this, that you're not having this many, you're not having a lot of women come up and approach you, because if you did, then you would just get with them and you wouldn't be writing the emails. You understand what I'm saying? So since, this most likely is not the case, that this is happening where women are coming up to you, that means that you have to actually do something. You have to go out there and put in some work, and you have to make it happen. See, the problem is that you're too worried about getting rejected. You're worried about, the outcome. You're worried about, you not making things happen. And then the reason why things aren't happening in the first place is because you're not trying to make anything happen in the first place to make something happen. It's like you're trying to make an omelet without cracking eggs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to do something in order to get something. You understand? You have to give something to get something. You understand? You have to give your time and energy to get women in the game. You understand? It's really that simple. Like, there's no way around this. There's no way around this. Like, you can't, what you're trying to make happen needs to happen by you putting, some effort out there. This is like, you basically sound like a person saying, hey, I want to start a business and I want to make $1 million a year on my business. Right. And then you're like, the person's like, cool, that sounds great. So what are you going to do? Well, is there a way that I can do this without having to actually do anything? Can I just get the $1 million? I don't want to do anything to get the $1 million. I just want to I just want it to happen. You understand? Is there a way I can do this without having to do anything? I just want the money in my account. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I don't know. I don't feel like, I don't want to have to put in any work. I don't want to have a business plan. I don't want to have to put any money up to create more money. I don't want to have to do anything. I just need you to find me a way that I'm going to have a business, and make $1 million. So what are you selling in this? It doesn't matter. I just need for it to happen. You see how ridiculous that sounds, right? So that's how ridiculous you're sounding now when it comes to you dealing with these women. See, the real problem is that all it is really going on is that you're scared because you haven't really been out there approaching women and talking to women in a while. You understand what I'm saying? Because you were saying that, you haven't really been out there making shit happen. You said that, if you walk into a spot, you see the same girls and, you're probably not going to say anything because you're scared of what's going to happen later. And, you want to make sure that it's a guarantee that something's going to happen, because what's the point of going up to them if nothing's going to happen? See, man, it's you're going to keep going around in circles until you understand the reality of the situation. And the reality of the situation is you need to step up your game. You need to be more confident. You need to see yourself in these situations, and you need to see yourself actually having success in these situations. Because in this email, you said, if you see a hot girl you want, your logic is, if I go up and socialize with this girl, how and why would that social interaction lead to a phone number, date, making out, and eventually having sex? You said, in other words, my entire goal when with women is just to get you popping as quickly as humanly possible. So you're basically saying, I want to do this, but I don't see it actually happening. I want to make this happen, but I don't really see it happening. So then you don't do anything, and then things don't happen. And then again, you are still continuously looking at other people trying, you're looking at other guys trying to talk to girls. So if you see one guy doesn't get a girl's number, you're like, oh, there it goes again. You see, he went up there, he talked to the girl and he didn't get her number. You understand? So it's giving you confirmation for you to basically stay in the same place you've been in. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is, you said, I know, like you were saying that you've conditioned yourself to do it because you don't feel that there's going to be a payoff. You understand what I'm saying? You said, for me to enjoy going up and socializing and talking to girls, I have to feel with certainty that there will be a payoff for me. Now, if that's the case, if you need a payoff before you go up and talk to women, you probably shouldn't even bother talking to women. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no guarantee. Think about it this way. Let's say you wanted to have sex with a girl, right? And, she says, or just let's say women in general, it was like, I'm not going to have sex with any guy unless there's a guarantee that he's going to be my boyfriend. I'm not going to have sex with any dude unless there's a guarantee that he's going to be my next husband. You understand? You know how crazy that sounds, right? So there are no guarantees, man. You understand? And the thing is that you have to be the one to go out there and make it happen, make something happen. You understand? So the same way, if that girl wants a husband, she has to do what she needs to do to be able to attract the guy and keep him interested long enough for him to be her boyfriend or husband. If you want girls to date, if you want to have sex, if you want to hang out, if you want to get girls' numbers and all this other stuff, you need to figure out what you need to do in order to make that happen. It's really that simple. You understand? By you, sitting back, by you making excuses for yourself, by you coming up with these unrealistic, little scenarios about, I want to make sure there's a guarantee that, this girl is going to give me her number or something's going to happen. You're fooling yourself and you're wasting your time. You understand what I'm saying? You have to put yourself out there, start talking to women, and really make that happen, because this is what I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. This is exactly what's gonna happen if you actually take action, right? And it's really simple, because you're saying, the question you asked, you said, what should I do to make this better for me, right? What you need to do is you need to get up off your butt and walk and talk to women. That's it, right? And you're saying, is socializing with women part of the game? Yes, it is. You ask, do I need to socialize with women in order to spit game and get them? Yes, you do. Okay, you said, if yes, how do I start learning to socialize with them, because I haven't practiced in a long time and I'm very rusty. Now, this is the thing. If you haven't practiced in a long time, you got to start practicing. You understand? So this is what I want you to do. I don't want you, okay, this is what I want you to do first, and I'm going to tell you what I don't want you to do. What I want you to do first is this. I want you to start going up to women, start talking to women, start interacting with them. If you need help, you can get my program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less. Make sure you get that, right? I want you to start talking to women, approaching women, trying to get, getting their numbers, hitting them up, all this other stuff, right? I want you to start doing that. And what's going to happen is, some women are going to reject you. Some women are going to give you the numbers, right? Out of those girls who give you the numbers, some women are going to go on a date with you. Some of them are going to flake. Okay. Now, so that's what I want you to do. I want you to go up and, interact with these women. Now, this is what I don't want you to do. Right. I do not want you to send me another email talking about how you haven't went up to any girls, how you've been, looking at other dudes trying to go up to women and analyzing their game and doing all of that. I don't want to get any more emails from you saying that, okay? Even if you send me a donation, I'm going to refund your donation if you send me another email like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? The only other emails I need to hear from you is, hey, I went out, I talked to certain girls. I did this with that girl. I did this with that girl. And this is what happened. Okay. So any emails in the future from you need to be about you interacting with women. And I need to see and I need to hear what happened when you started interacting with these women. Okay. And one of the last questions you said, is there another method I should be implementing that is more direct where I can completely eliminate or reduce socializing? Now, you can't completely eliminate socializing because you have to actually socialize and interact with women in order to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be on some mind reading shit. You understand? It's not going to go down like that. So you have to, socialize. Now, there are ways for you to reduce the amount of socializing you need to do when you're interacting with women. When it comes to, you can be a little bit more direct with women. So you don't, talk to them too much about a whole bunch of nonsense in order to try to make something happen. But for you right now, what I wouldn't even have you worry about that. What I need for you to do is I need for you to just go out there and actually start just talking and interacting with women so that you get used to doing that first. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand. You got to understand there's no shortcuts. There's no magic formulas. If you want something to happen, you have to put in the work and the energy in order to make something happen. It's really that simple. All right. So that's pretty much it. If any of you guys have any more questions, make sure you click the link below. And I will talk to you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below so you can send me a question and I'll do a video on it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which gives you 7 tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.